Very concerned.
Very concerned, Stu. I've been reading about some of the things that people believe about the solar eclipse. You should wear black if you're pregnant. Wear black today. Now, here's why. If you're not wearing black, if you're outside and the solar eclipse happened and you're wearing black, your baby will be born with a birthmark. Now, I've got birthmarks on me, and I don't think I was born in an eclipse, but I could have been, and I didn't even know it. Keep your infant away from windows.
Almost seems like good advice. Doesn't it?
Well,
because if they open their eyes and they look at the sun, they're not going to have the glasses on.
Oh, I was thinking about just generally speaking. Yeah, I guess it is good to keep your babies away from open windows.
From open windows in particular, yes.
Right.
At high altitudes.
Yeah. So a lot of people are freaking out about this.
Yeah, I noticed that. That's strange to me.
Is that because we're freaked out about everything else? Because we know what these are. And I'm a doctor, okay? I'm a doctor. So I can explain this to you. I'll try to dumb it down. But there are 3 big bodies like planets. And I'm not talking about my big body. I'm talking about like the Earth. Then there's the sun, which is not a planet. It's just gaseous. Sorry. And then there's the moon. And the moon and the Earth and the sun, we kind of rotate around, you know? Mm-hmm. We go around the sun, and the moon goes around us, and occasionally the moon blocks the sun from our vantage point.
Oh, you're still believing that hype? Jeez.
I'm just following the science, man. That's all I'm doing.
Yeah, right. How do you not know the truth that occasionally the sun needs to recharge? It's a giant CIA scam. It has a giant battery. And so when they switch the batteries out, it's a quote-unquote solar eclipse. But I mean, I didn't think anybody still believed the whole moon-sun thing.
I mean, it's
they're
happening.
all just having the perfect distance away to cover the sun exactly. Does anyone buy that? Come on.
Well, it's only from our vantage point, certain parts. You see what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Okay, now, the Navajos believe that the sun and moon are mating, which...
I could buy that. Sun's pretty hot. You know.
Ba-dum-bum.
And the moon.
Oh, it's cold.
That's why they think they call it mooning.
So the eclipse is just the moon and the sun mating. Please, can we stop with all of this sex in front of our children? I would like to ban the eclipse today because I find it wholly inappropriate. Anyway, as soon as it's fast. There's not a big gestation period. It's when the moon finally moves away from the sun, there's a birth of a new era. Now, the Taos people, the Taos Pueblo of New Mexico, they believe you need to stay indoors, keep your babies from the windows. The Cherokees say the eclipse means a giant frog in the sky is trying to eat the sun. That one I considered for a while today.
That seems legit.
That could happen. They're already turning the frogs gay. Now the gay frogs are going to eat the sun. You know that, so that's why you have to go outside and make big noise with drums, whistles, or just your voice to scare away the frog. Jump, frog! Now, an astronomer at the Frankel Institute, he says, this is all nonsense. It's science. It's just the moon moving in front of the sun. It happens. It's part of the clockwork of the blah, 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 blah. However, Stephanie Renee, with 2 E's and an accent grande, she's known as the vibe mistress. She's not just the vibe mistress. She's the vibe mistress of the Soul Sanctuary, which is a nonprofit arts education foundation. Because, damn it, she should not have to pay taxes, okay? She's the vibe mistress. She says, because she studies astrology, this is a new beginning and marks a radical change. She said it's a radical movement moving forward in your own individual energy. Right now, I can feel it. There is like I don't know how to describe it. You know how you have butterflies in your stomach? I feel like I have anarchists in my stomach right now. There is some kind of radical movement that's building inside of me. I don't know. I just hope before the moon and the sun mate that I can crap them all out, flush them down the toilet. Anyway, she says this is happening this time with Mercury. Come on, say it. What's the worst possible scenario? Mercury is in
retrograde.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Even you knew that.
Yeah.
Even you knew that. This means that because Mercury is in retrograde, this means we have to double and triple check what you think, what you say, and what you do. Now, even if Mercury wasn't in retrograde, which it is, and I'm not mocking it, I think that's a good safety tip for all of us, especially now. We should, again, double and triple check what you say, what you think, and what you do. Ha. That's profound. I wouldn't have gotten it if Mercury wasn't in retrograde.
Right.
You know?
You don't
but now
need to do that regularly anyway.
No, I don't want to do that regularly. I wouldn't even, but Mercury is in retrograde on the day of the eclipse, so that's when we in fact, people should be careful about making major purchases. I'm glad she caught me because I was going to make a major purchase of something today. I don't even know what. But I got up this morning. Maybe it's the anarchists in my stomach that are building up this radical movement inside of me that I'm like, I got to go buy something. And I got to go buy something big. And I'm not even going to read the contract. But Mercury is in retrograde, so I'm going to think twice. And then again, a third time about doing that. Don't make any major purchases. Don't sign any contracts. And there should be a high level of caution. She also says it's significant that this eclipse is happening as the skies enter the astrological sign of Aries. And we all know what that means.
Mm-hmm.
Means that you have all this Aries energy, right? Don't you hate it when you have
big Aries energy? Yeah.
Oh, I hate that. It's pushing you forward, you know. An eclipse, that's about an inner shift inside of you. At the same time, Mercury in retrograde is telling you to slow down, but Aries is saying speed up. So you are fighting right now. Speed up, slow down. Do I buy something that's ridiculously expensive without reading a contract today or not? Mercury says no. Aries says yes. I don't know. The world is in confusion. But all you have to do is check. Double check, triple check. Boy, I'm glad.
Wow.
I mean, I see why she's not paying taxes, don't you?
Oh, definitely.
Seriously?
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
I mean, I might be more fascinated in the fact that people flew from all over the country to come see this happen, and it's going to be cloudy. That might
well, not everywhere. It's just here in Dallas. And
in fact, a lot of this
really?
path is going to wind up with clouds. Which is rough.
So here in Dallas, I read that some people have been, staying at the Ritz-Carlton, and they got a 2-day stay for $6,700.
Oh my gosh.
$6,700. Now, it's cloudy, so I just want to tell those that paid $67,000.
100.
Or yeah, 6,700. Thank you. You can come to my house for an additional 10,000 and have mac and cheese. I'm just saying.
Wow. So you're going to charge more, but you're also going to provide mac and cheese. Now I have had your mac and cheese. It is delicious.
It is delicious.
So
it's right from the box, and it's very, very good. Mm-hmm. And it's just a $10,000. That's it per person. I mean, well,
you can't be crazy.
Can't be crazy.
Right.
But it's an eclipse special only. Okay. So if you're here for the eclipse and you feel like a sucker, just spend 10 grand, come over, have mac and cheese with me, and you won't feel like a sucker anymore. Mm-hmm.
Is this something you'll go out in the parking lot today and like, observe? Are you into it that much, or is it just like, this is ridiculous? I'm not going to.
No, because it's, it's history.
It is one of the.
Yeah.
Because it was one in 2017, and I remember standing in the parking lot awkwardly in 2017, but I really don't remember much about it, and I don't remember thinking it was such a big deal. But before 2017, the last time I guess it happened was in 1979.
Yeah.
And it's not going to happen again until 2044.
Yeah, we're done. We're done. This is it. If we survive today, it'll be, 2044 or whatever, long after our death, and it'll be a lot hotter then.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah.
Because,
global warming.
Okay, so the Earth has gravitational pull on the moon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, the Earth and the moon are going to have an extra gravitational pull on the sun today.
Really?
Yeah. And it could, we don't know. It's like a yo-yo sometimes. It just could go, whoosh, come at us, and then back. It'll snap back. Don't worry. But it could come right at us today, which would be bad for North America. Fine, if you're listening to us in Asia, you're good. But North America could be gone from the earth. It could happen.
It could happen. Now, your analysis is going to be put in the next article about all the stupid theories about the eclipse.
I really don't know what's happening. Is it because we're so screwed up? Is it because we're living in such chaos right now that people are? Because I've never heard this before. I was there at 79. I was there at 17. We know what this is.
Right. Because someone was pointing out that, back in the day, this is when they thought the world was ending. And, kind of understandable.
Yeah.
Right? I think if I was just in the middle of, you didn't have any satellites, you didn't, any of this stuff, all of a sudden the whole earth went dark in the middle of the day. I think that's actually a pretty reasonable
I think it is.
summary
I
of
was
what might
thinking
be
about
coming.
that driving in today. Imagine if you didn't know that this is the way things happen. Imagine if you didn't know that. And even today, if we wouldn't have talked about it in advance, if we didn't know in advance, they were just like, oh, yeah, it was eclipse. A lot of people would be like, what the hell just happened? But we know. We know.
Yeah. I feel like there's still stuff that's like this, too. I feel like there's still things in this world that we don't have any understanding of and we think are totally, random. And, in 50 years, people are going to be like, imagine these idiots didn't even... a tornado's one of them. There's got to be some way to know when tornado's around the corner. And yet we just kind of stand there and all, holy crap, here it comes! And then that's it. Hey, let's put our cameras outside. We'll film it until it's
right on top of us.
Exactly.
Then we'll go, oh, crap, I should have gone into a basement.